First of all, it's my immense pleasure to welcome the gathering of PhD Voce examination of Mr.HARIS KS. In this fine occasion, first of all, I would like to welcome our external examiner, Dr. Vice President, Associate Professor, Department of Engineering, Annamala University. So, in this fine occasion, on behalf of the Department of Engineering and my own behalf, we wholeheartedly welcome them. I do welcome the faculty members, Department of Engineering.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, unmute, sir.
Sorry, madam.
Yeah.
Actually, network issue. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay.
So, in this fine occasion, I welcome all the faculty members from the General and Sports University. I will welcome all the professional friends, PhD scholars, and my dear student friends. So, and also, I would like to introduce our external examiner. Presently, he is working as an associate professor. He has more than 20 years of experience in our field. He produced more than 50 scholars. He published more than 100 international national articles. So, and also, he is a very good author. Presently, he holds the national record in the alumni. And also, he represented in the international alumni meet also. So, in this fine occasion, it's a pleasure to welcome our most respected external examiner. And also, it's my duty to introduce my scholar. Presently, he is working as a assistant professor in government. So, presently, he is working as an assistant professor in the University of Calicut. So, in this fine occasion, I welcome Haris Babu also. Now, I hand over the system to our external examiner.
Hello. Hello.
So 2 minutes, sir. Sir have some network issue.
Okay, please. Okay. Hello. 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 Is it audible?
Sir, it is
Hello?
audible, sir. It is audible,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So thanks a lot for given an elaborate introduction about me. So before start of the Viva's examination, first of all, I would like to thank the university authorities like Vice Chancellor, Registrar, the controller of examination, as well as the supervisor of this research work, Dr. Manikandan, for having given me this opportunity to be an external examiner. So I take this opportunity to welcome all the faculty members working in various departments in the Tamil Nadu Religion and Sports University, and the scholars, as well as the other participants who are taking part in the Viva's examination of Mr. K.S. BABU. So here I would like to say something about the supervisor, Dr. Manikandan. I can remember that even though he was my student, we both worked as the same capacity as assistant professor in the Annamalai University. I can remember the days where we used to play tennis every day when we were in the university campus at Annamalai University. So I feel proud that nowadays he is elevated to a high as the HOD as well as the controller of examination in the Tamil Nadu Religion Sports University. So so with this, I invite Mr. K.S. Haris Babu to present his thesis entitled Effect of Aqua Aerobic Training and Aqua Strength Training on Selected Motor Fitness and Physiological Variables among College Level Athletes. And to give the introduction, what is the reason behind for selection of this topic? Like that, you give the brief record of your entire research work. Please, Haris Babu, please.
Oh, yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My topic is effect of. I will share you the slide itself, and I will welcome everyone. This was my topic. Effect of aqua endurance and aqua strength training on selected motor fitness and physiological variables of college level athletes. Actually, I had gone through many of the articles, and also I am working as an assistant professor. And for the last few years, I have been working as a university, accompanying with the university team as a manager, assistant manager, or on everything with athletic teams. And also I'm having many trainees in intercollegiate and inter-university level. So I have been training for last 9 to 10 years. On these conditions, I had seen many of the trainees are occurring prone to injuries, which were mostly affected to their joints. So I had decided there should be an alternative, but we should not avoid the strength training also. And it is inevitable to be the part of training, that is the strength training. Strength training and endurance training should not be avoided by any of the athletes, even if it is sprinter, thrower, whatever it is. And at the same time, always doing the strength training in land-based workout will also tire our body and also our joints. to our muscles too, it will get too strained. So in this condition, I decided I need to go for an alternative type of training, which would also yield the same amount and the same capacity or more than that capacity of performance or improvement from another kind of training. That was the main reason why I had selected the study. And let me go through my study. This was the introduction. Sports training is a process and physical and mental preparing an athlete, as well as intellectual, technical, and moral preparation using physical training. In sports, an athlete's complete personality determines his or her performance. As a result, an individual performance in sports and games is determined by a mix of factors such as physical, physiological, and psychological traits. Sports training is not only for achieving peak performance, it is also sustaining that the performance over a lengthy period of time. Today, sports training is more than just a phrase, and it's just an important topic that impacts everyone who participates in sports, whether for competition, or for health, or for fitness. It is a field where a significant shift is taken place for better. And that is why I had selected this aqua strength training. Aqua strength training means exercise in water provides a completely different physical sensation than exercising on land. This is due to the factor that the water has its own set of physical qualities and that have an impact on the body. These factors have an impact on not just the body systems, but also how the body moves and the possible training advantages. Transferring our usual land-based routines into a sea is neither safe nor effective. To attain the result, the design of the water-based sessions and activities are chosen must be carefully chosen and utilizing water over land-based workouts. In this one, the major thing comes there on the second on the second sentence, where water has a far high intensity than air. Therefore, it may exert up to 12 more times more resistance than an air can. During a water workout, the harder you push and pull, the more productive it gets. Water resistance is a challenge for everyone, for novice to highly trained athletes. Water exercises offer a better built-in safety component than land workouts do not. You can't produce more resistance than your body can handle in water, since the amount of resistance is determined by the pace of movement. With just one basic exercise, a well-designed water exercise program may target both agonist and also antagonist muscles, allowing your body to work out your entire body in half the time, ideal for those with an hectic schedule. That means water exercise is isokinetic, meaning the resistance remains constant throughout the whole range of the motion. And motor, that means motor fitness, that was my dependent variable. So I have kept in this one, I had selected that agility, balance, speed, coordination, and response time. These kinds of things are there in the motor fitness. In that, I had selected some of the major things, and this was aquatic endurance training. I will explain about the aquatic endurance training. Nowadays, in common known as water aerobics. That means the aquatic endurance training is also known as water aerobics, water fitness, aqua fit. Aerobic workouts are done relatively in shallow water, such as swimming pools. It is a sort of resistant training also that is done without swimming, usually in waist deep or deeper ways. That means up to neck height. Water aerobics is a type of aerobics that requires participants to submerge in water. Water aerobics, often known as aqua aerobics, is a group of exercise sessions that lasts approximately an hour and is lead to experienced professional instructions. The emphasis of the lesson is on an aerobic endurance resistant training, creating a fun atmosphere through music, etc. Aqua resistant training, where if we do the aqua endurance training, that means aqua training with endurance type, it will go to the aqua endurance training. Implement the resistant training in the aqua, it will lead to aqua resistant training. It is sort of resistant exercise that is done later, largely vertically and without swimming in the waist state and Viva. The majority of the water resistant training takes place in group fitness classes settings for roughly an hour with a trained expert instruction. Because of the water resistant exercise in the water is not only aerobic but also strength training. The resistance created by moving through the water activities activates the muscle group. My statement of the problem. The purpose of the study was to investigate the effect of aqua endurance training and aqua strength training on selected motor fitness and also physiological variables among college level athletes. These are my hypotheses. My first hypothesis was, it was hypothesis that there would be a significant improvement in the selector motor variables such as speed, agility, muscular strength, flexibility, and strength endurance with aqua endurance training and aqua strength training among college level athletes. My second hypothesis states that there would be a significant improvement in the selected physiological variables such as heart rate, vital capacity, systolic and diastolic blood pressure with aqua endurance and aqua strength training among college level athletes. And my third hypothesis states that there would be a significant difference between aqua strength training and aqua endurance training on selected motor fitness variables and selected physiological variables among college level athletes. These were my delimitations. I had selected 60 students who participated in the Intercollegiate Championship of University of Calicut, Kerala. The subjects selected for the study were athletes of various affiliated colleges of the University of Calicut between the age group from 18 to 23 years. And the duration of the training, I had gone thrice a week for 16 weeks of a total of period. And my variables were delimited to the motor variables. Hello? Audible?
Yes, yes. Hello. Hello.
Haris?
Yes, yes, you can proceed.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Haris?
Yes. Am I
Again, share
audible
your PPT
right now?
again. Yeah, right now it's okay. Can
Yeah,
you share the
sure,
PPT
sure.
again?
Let me check the power. I had opened the delimitation page. Could it be available? Is it available there?
No, you have to share again.
Okay, okay. Let me do one second. I think some power problem, I think. Let me check. Is it getting? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Uh,
Hello, you can proceed, please.
Okay. Sorry, sir. It might be
No
some...
problem, please. You can proceed.
Can you see my slide? Is it still sharing? Hello?
Not yet. Not yet, Haris. Okay, now it came.
No, it's okay.
I got it.
Hello. Haris?
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry for the
Okay, you can proceed.
Just 1 minute. He will say that.
Haris, current came. You can connect.
Yes. I could have connected. Okay.
Share the PP.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
Okay, no.
Let me continue. These were the variables for the motor variables, such as selected motor variables were speed, agility, muscular strength, flexibility, strength, endurance, and also physiological variables such as heart rate, vital capacity, systolic blood pressure, and diastolic blood pressure. My training were given and data were collected prior to and after the 16-week of training program. The group was divided into 3 with 20 athletes each, with a group to access the effect of aqua endurance training and aqua strength training. All were sprinters, actually. They were the participants of Intercollegiate Athletic Calicut University Intercollegiate Athletic team. And out of 3 groups, 1 were controlled and no training was given. And these were my independent variables. That means aqua endurance training and aqua strength training. My dependent variables such as motor fitness variables such as speed, agility, muscular strength, flexibility, and strength endurance, and physiological variables, heart rate, vital capacity, systolic and diastolic blood pressure. These were the significance of the study. The study may provide guidance to the physical education teachers, coaches, and prepare training schedules regarding aqua training, and also reveal the extent of aqua training on selected motor and physiological variables. Also reveal the benefits of aqua strength and endurance training on selected parameters of athletes, and also help the coaches and physical education teachers to introduce aqua training in their training schedules. Will also add to the quantum of knowledge in an area of training methods. will also make it clear whether the selected variables are significantly different or not, and also promise the researchers to take up related studies in other areas and disciplines too. And the selection of subjects. The researchers selected 60 college level athletes who participated in college athletic championship University of Calicut, Kerala, and they were athletes were from various affiliated colleges of University of Calicut, and the age group from these were selected ranged from 18 to 23. These were the tests administered during the test administration. That for speed, 50-meter dash and agility, shuttle run, and such strength, endurance, sit-ups, and flexibility, sit and reach with goniometry, and muscular strength with leg dynamometer, and heart rate and vital capacity, and also systolic and diastolic with sigma manometer in lab itself. Experimental design of the study. The comparative group design was design of the study of this group. The total number of the selected subjects were equally divided into 3 groups, and the 2 groups selected were the Aqua endurance training and Aqua strength training, and the 3rd group was control group. After employing the pre-test and the post-test, the scores were statistically treated with analysis of covariance and COVA technique. Group 1 is Aqua endurance training, and Group 2 is Aqua strength training, and 3rd group is the control group. And these were the training schedules for the Aqua strength training. The training schedule were based on the principles of Tutor Bombay and Hadi Singh's books, and also I had referred these type of training and their repetitions and their progressions. I had discussed with many of the international and national coaches who were working in Sports Authority of India, and also from Kerala Sports Council, who were having elite athletes and also having elite experience in level 2 coaching also. I had also consulted with them and this training schedule for the Aqua strength training, and also this was a continuation of the Aqua strength training from each of the week. When it comes to the last 2 sections, the intensity increased and the repetitions and load had get down for the super compensation, and no progression of load was given for the last one for the ultimate super compensation to yield the maximum result. And this was the recovery processes and times to be given for the Aqua strength training, and this was the Aqua endurance training program. This program also had been done with the help of many of the international coaches, and also I had referred many books of Tutor Bombay and also Hadi Singh's books. This was a continuation of that one. Here also we can see that the volume had increased, and no progression of load was applied for the last 2 weeks for the super compensation to get the ultimate result. This was a statistical technique. The following statistical techniques were used to find out the effect of Aqua endurance training and also Aqua strength training on selected motor fitness variables, physiological variables among college level athletes, and the data collected from the subjects after the 16-week of training was statistically analyzed by the using the analysis of covariance and COVA to determine the significant differences. When the obtained F ratio for the adjusted posters was found to be significant, Sheffield's post-hoc was applied to find out the paired mean difference, and the level of confidence was fixed at 0. That means 0.05 level to test the significance, whether it considered appropriate. These were the analysis of covariance of data of speed of pre-test, post-test, and adjusted post-test score of Aqua strength training, Aqua endurance training, and control group. Here, the pre-test F ratio was 0.297, and mean and the F ratio was after that means the post-test is 50.240 and adjusted post-test is 82.345, and the significance were done at a 0.05 level of confidence. And here the table value of the level of significance of degree of freedom was 2 and 257 and 2 and 256 in 3. That means 3.16. This was the Sheffield's test for the difference between paired means on speed had done Here, the confidence interval value was 0.104. Here, the mean difference were all significant, but lower to the degree of freedom. And this was the analysis of covariance for the data of agility, where pre-test, post-test, and adjusted post-test were done for the Aqua strength training and Aqua endurance and control group. Here, the obtained F ratio for the pre-test was 2.74, and in post-test it is 13.866, and adjusted post-test it is 43.30. The Sheffield's post-hoc test, the confidence interval value is 0.208. And this was the analysis of covariance of the data of muscular strength. Here, the obtained F ratio was 1.00 for the pre-test, and for the post-test, it is 66.157. And for the adjusted post-test, it is around 82.262. This was a paired mean difference. That means Sheffield's post-hoc, in which the confidence interval level has been 9.32. And this is the analysis of covariance of data for strength endurance. Here also we can see the pre-test of 1.30. Pre-test obtained F ratio was 1.036, and post-test F ratio was 26.122, and adjusted post-test for post-test obtained F ratio is 60.506. And the Sheffield's test for the difference between paired means of strength endurance was here shown, and the confidence interval value was 2.62. This was the analysis of covariance of data of flexibility of pre-test, post-test, and adjusted post-test score of Aqua strength training and Aqua endurance training control group. Here, the pre-test F ratio was 0.72, and in post-test it is 4.314, and in adjusted post-test it is 20.474. This was the Sheffield's post-hoc test table. Here, the confidence interval level was 0.513. And this was the analysis of covariance data of systolic blood pressure. Here, the pre-test score or F ratio was 0.674, and the post-test one is 7.455, and the adjusted post was 8.902. Here, the Sheffield's post-hoc test for the systolic blood pressure shows here. The confidence interval value was 1.46, and you can compare that one. And this was the analysis of covariance data on diastolic blood pressure. Here we can see that there is no significant difference has happened. In the pre-test it is 2.760, and in the post-test it's 0.547. So it is not significant. That adjusted post-hoc of 2.625. So as it is not significant in the F ratio, there will not be any Sheffield's have to be done. And this was the analysis of covariance of data on heart rate. Here, the pre-test F ratio was 0.050, and in post-test it is 7.582, and in adjusted it is 35.079. And this was the Sheffield's post-hoc test, where the table was here. The confidence level interval value was 1.63, which was better. An analysis of covariance of data on vital capacity. Here is the F ratio for that one. Pre-test F ratio was 0.798, and post-test it was 27.082, and it is adjusted post-test it is 48.560. And this was the Sheffield's post-hoc. And here is the confidence interval value of 0.31. Here is the discussion for the hypothesis. It is hypothesis that there would be a significant improvement in the selected motor variables such as speed, agility, muscular strength, flexibility, and strength endurance with Aqua endurance training and Aqua strength training among college level athletes. Here, since all these variables showed significant differences, this hypothesis is accepted. It was hypothesis. My second hypothesis, it was hypothesis that there would be a significant improvement in the selected physiological variables such as heart rate, vital capacity, systolic and diastolic blood pressure with Aqua endurance and Aqua strength training among college level athletes. Here, the hypothesis on the variables heart rate, vital capacity, and systolic blood pressure are accepted since they have showed significant difference, and the hypothesis on the diastolic blood pressure is rejected because it fails to exhibit significant improvement. And my third hypothesis was the hypothesis states that there would be a significant difference between aqua strength and aqua endurance on selected motor variables and selected physiological variables of college level athletes. And the result of the study shows that there was a significant difference found between the aqua strength and aqua endurance on selected motor fitness and also selected physiological variables of college level athletes. Thus, the third hypothesis was accepted. And here we have the conclusion. In the conclusion, we had split it with motor fitness variables and also with the physiological variables. In motor fitness variables, the first thing, a significant improvement was shown in the speed with the effect of aqua strength training and aqua endurance training. And there was a significant difference with the aqua strength training and aqua endurance training group, and aqua strength training and control group, aqua endurance training and control group on speed. And no improvement were noticed in control group. Hence, also there is also the thing is that the study found that the aqua strength training was more significant than aqua endurance training in terms of improving speed. And in case of agility, it shows that there shows an improvement in aqua strength training and also aqua endurance training. Sorry. No improvement was shown in control group also, and there are significant difference between aqua strength and aqua endurance, and aqua strength and control group, and aqua endurance and control group on agility. Hence, the study also found that the aqua strength training was more significant than aqua endurance training in terms of improving agility. And the last one, that means the third one here, the effect of aqua training and aqua endurance training on muscular strength showed a significant improvement. Here, there shows a significant difference between aqua endurance and aqua strength, and aqua strength and control, and aqua endurance and control. And also there is no improvement were observed in the control group. Hence, the study also found that the aqua strength training was more significant than aqua endurance training in terms of improving agility. Here comes the fourth one, where the strength endurance, here a significant improvement was shown in the strength endurance with the effect of aqua endurance and aqua strength. And no improvement was shown for the control group. And the result of the study shows that there is a significant difference between aqua strength and control, and aqua endurance and control, and also with both the strength. And the study found that the aqua strength training was more significant than aqua endurance training in terms of improving strength endurance. And the fourth one, here comes the fourth one, which is flexibility. Here also same as the above one, but the thing is, hence the study found that the aqua endurance training, here comes the aqua endurance training was more significant than aqua strength training in terms of improving flexibility. And physiological variables, first one, we had selected the systolic blood pressure. Here,
Hello.
இல்ல காணாம போயிட்டான்.
Hello.
கைட காணோம், எக்ஸாமினர் காணோம், ஸ்காலர் காணோம். Online.
Power cut problem. Power cut இருக்கு ஒண்ணு. கேக்குதா அண்ணே?
கேக்குது சார், கேக்குது.
சரி பவர் கட் ப்ராப்ளம் நினைக்கிறேன். நாம 2 பேரும் தான் இருக்கிறோமா லைன்ல?
92 மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க சார், 81 மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க.
ஓகே.
இல்ல சார், என்னாச்சுன்னா அந்த இப்ப அங்க அட்டெண்ட் பண்ற நம்ம ஸ்டாஃப் எல்லாருக்குமே கட் ஆயிருச்சு. வைஃபை நம்ம டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் யூனிவர்சிட்டி வைஃபைல அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஜெயச்சந்திரன், லட்சுமணன் எல்லா ஸ்டாஃபுக்குமே கட் ஆயிருச்சு. வைஃபை ஒர்க் ஆகல.
சரி
எல்லாருமே ரீஜாயின் பண்றாங்க.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. We had a power failure.
No problem. No problem.
Yes, continue.
Okay, sir. And my first physiological variable, that is systolic blood pressure, exhibits a significant difference with the effect of aqua and strength and aqua endurance training. Here, no improvement was seen in the control group. And also here, they're shown a significant difference between each of the groups, and hence the study found that the aqua endurance training was more significant than, that means here the aqua endurance training was more significant than aqua strength training in terms of improving blood pressure. And diastolic, there does not possess any significant difference between aqua strength and aqua endurance training. And my third variable, physiological variables, heart rate, showed a significant difference between the aqua strength training and aqua endurance training. Result also shows that there is a significant difference between aqua strength and aqua endurance and each of the groups, and there is no improvement was observed in control group. And the study also found that the aqua endurance training was more significant than aqua strength training in terms of improving heart rate. And also in vital capacity, variable vital capacity exhibits a significant difference with the effect of aqua strength training and aqua endurance, and no improvement were observed in control group. And each groups exhibits the significant difference between the result. And hence, the study also found that the aqua endurance training was more significant than aqua strength training in terms of improving vital capacity. These were the recommendations. The study of the result of the study reveals that the variables which I have shown have significant differences with the 16 weeks. Hence, I recommend coaches and trainers and physical education to refer the result of the findings and study and prepare for the training schedule to improve sport performance in different sports games, and also can implement to improve the selected variables for the study even in various sports and games. Similar type of research are recommended to carry out with the different variables of the study, and effect of aqua training in different games are recommended for future researchers. Similar type of research are conducted to carry out on subjects with the different age groups. Kinds of research on women athletes with the same training interventions are recommended. More physical fitness variables and are recommended for further research, and longer duration of similar training program is recommended for future study. Thank you very much.
Haris Babu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Really, I appreciate you for presenting nicely the entire research work in a brief manner. So even though based on the evaluation report, I have got some questions regarding, is there any specific reason for selecting only sprinters, that is the 100, 200 and 400 meters relay? Why, what is the reason behind for selecting only sprinters as subject?
Yes, sir. Actually, I had done the study. Actually, the more the injuries for the joints were done through repetitive activities, and these repetitive activities were mostly done for a long duration activity. Athlete, he can able to do it in most probably in grass also, or they can also go in sand also. But in case of sprinters, if we are going for a sprinter repetitive activities, they need to be in track or in mud, where the land to their joints and muscles. So most of the athletes who were sprinters got to injuries rather than long distance and throwers. Long distance athletes were injured, but those which were came from a repetitive, mostly they were from stress activities or sports fracture and all. But in case of sprinters, we used to do it in a hard surface. These were mostly seen in athletes without.
Hello? Haris? Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Then, so we have a better experience being an athlete, being a coach, being a manager.
Yes, sir.
How far these selected independent variables like Aqua, aerobic and Aqua strength training will help in improving the sprinting ability of the sprinters?
Yeah, surely, sir. Because mostly the thing is, even if it is doping, the main reason for doping, I'm telling it's an out, but still, even if it is doping for doing the activity beyond our limits in practice sessions, not during the competition. Most of them think that doping is mostly for a competitive activity. But the thing is, mostly the dopings were done to do a person's ability more than he can. So most of the athletes used to do the same thing. We can do it without any dope. We can give maximum load, which can be easily done with the head out aqua training, because the activities will not affect their joints, and also they can overcome that load in the water with the help of the buoyancy, and also with the floating mechanism, and also hydrostatic force, which can be applied on their body to that part. So the most of the time, the sprinter will get maximum of the benefits from aqua training, mostly when they can do more activity in swimming pool rather than doing, if a person does a land-based activity, squat around 50 kg, the same thing that the person can yield around 120 to 150 kg of weight can be lifted on the swimming pool. So more weight, more load, we can get the maximum overload principles to that person without any injury. That's the major thing I prefer.
Yeah. One more question that I have to ask you that. So as per the AAU norms, the athletes who are in the age between 18 to 25 years are eligible to take part in the All India endurance level competitions. Yes, but you are selecting the sprinters between the age group of 18 to 23 as subject.
23.
And what are the criteria that you have followed for the inclusion and exclusion criteria followed for the selection of subjects?
Okay, sir. Actually, the thing is that most of the time in intercollegiate competitions, most of the sprinters who were capable of going on through the classes and also with their academics with the sports, they all used to be clearing their PG in their 23 age of 23. Some of them That means a little bit of persons, that means age group of comes between that 23 to 25. Only a small amount of persons were only in between that age group. So I need persons who were not having much more training age, rather than having more training age person will be not getting too much advantage in this kind of new type of training.
Good, good. And another question is that the frequency of the training was only 3 days in a week.
Yes, sir.
Is it enough for performing only 3 days in a week? What about the remaining 7 days, remaining days in a week? Whether they were allowed to perform any other related works, or you just explain in detail.
Okay. Actually, I had only gone through their strength and endurance type of activities. I had done with their, and they were allowed to do their own activities, what they are doing for the regular activity period. That will be equally, they all are doing the same activities. But the thing is that I had only preferred the strength oriented and the endurance type of training for the particular group only. And I had only given only thrice a week. That means the strength activities cannot be given more than thrice a week, and it will lead to some kind of overload. So I had only given weekly time. That I had been done with the principles of sports training itself. That's why I had selected only 3, and I had allowed the trainees to do their own work in the another sections. That means around 7 sections to 8 sections.
They were allowed to perform any other training or not?
Yeah, yes, sir. They used to do their own normal activities.
Regular activities.
Regular activities. That means their own warm up and their own activities.
On what basis the training load for the 2 excellent groups was fixed? On what basis?
Pardon?
The training intensity was fixed on what basis?
Okay. Actually, the thing is, all the training aspects in my training plans were based on the principles of sports training, where I had referred from some of the elite books of Tutor Bombay's sports periodization and periodization 1, 2, and 3. And also I had gone through the book of Hardev Singh sir, and also I had consulted with 3 of the international coaches. One was Mr. Nishant, the Sports Authority of India coach of, and one was the international coach Pindoje Rabello, and also Samji, who was the Kerala Sports Council coach. And I had settled this one with the last 3 sessions. Most of them used to ask me, why you have settled like that? It's because to yield maximum super compensation, I had given the intensity lowered the intensity, and which will get a buffering effect, and also which will lead to a highly meant super compensation level to athletes. For the convenience of that, getting that super compensation only, I had set the training plan based on that one.
Okay. For the aerobic, aqua aerobic training, the
yes,
intensity was fixed based on heart rate or any other parameter?
Yes, sir. Based on heart rate itself.
Heart rate only?
Yes.
What about the resistance training?
Resistance training, we had already gone for 1 RM, which were done in the land-based one. But in case of aqua endurance, aqua strength in water, which was based on a normal weight was given for everyone at the start of the training. At the start of the training, a normal weight, each of the weight were having less amount of weight, which will acquire more weight when it undergoes into the water.
My question is, in the aqua resistance training, whether you added any additional weight other than their own body weight?
Yeah, sure, sir. I had. The actual thing was, yes, let me tell you, sir. The thing is that In aqua and strength training, mostly everyone used to think that it is weights were added more and more and more in that one. The thing is that it's a type of spongy materials were used in that one. But the thing is that spongy type of dumbbell or spongy type of resistant thing will make more kgs of weight when it undergoes through the water, because the water flows with high resistance over the entire range of motion of that person. So the equipments were not weighted so too high weighted. These all are simple equipments, but the thing is that it yields maximum resistance.
Good. My question is, even water is also a kind of resistance. Performing water-based resistance training is also a kind of resistance. Is it necessary to add an additional weight?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Other than our own body weight?
Yes, sir. If we add other than our body weight, we can acquire the maximum load to that person. If we are using only our own body weight, we will only get the amount of resistance will be less. That means our own body weight will only leads to a certain amount of resistance. If we add an additional amount, we will get a high amount, which will get an hectic performance. That means for that hectic performance only, I had used that external amount of resistance used in this study.
When I go through the entire PhD, I have found that you did well. Really, I appreciate the scholar as well as the guide for your effort. And I have to ask one question regarding that.
Yes, sir.
So you are selecting number of motor fitness as well as physiological parameters. Why not you select this parameters which are highly related to the sprinters? That is, you can say that stride length, stride frequency, speed, endurance. Aqua aerobic training leads to improvement in endurance capacity. Their maximum is up to a distance of 50-60 meters. Thereafter, due to their endurance capacity only, they can be able to complete the
surely, sir, surely.
Competitive distance.
Okay.
Then you just give me a.
Surely, I will go with one. Surely, I will do it later on itself. I will go for another one too, because
did well, nothing wrong in it, but.
Yes,
it's better to add the stride length because performing aerobic type of resistance training leads to improvement in leg strength. If leg strength improves, automatically the length of stride will get improved.
Okay, yes.
So automatically the performance will be better. We can take stride length, stride frequency, and other speed endurance. These are all the parameters that are related to the performance and sprinting events. In future, the scholars can take an additional attempt to investigate the effect of aqua strength, aqua endurance, as well as aqua resistance training on the speed-related parameters.
In this kind of variables. Okay.
I
understood, sir. Thank you very much for that advice, sir. I'm very glad to hear that one, because such kind of advices were very needed and much needed in this facility.
So really, the selection of topic and the work you have done is wonderful.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
But but what I can say that previously sprinters are not allowed to do any kind of strength training or any kind of endurance training.
Yes, sir.
And the strength athletes, they never used to undergo. The coaches they never allow their athletes to undergo
any other training rather than this one.
Sprinting and endurance. But nowadays, it is the athletes, they are suggested that instead of performing an isolated kind of training, it is go for combined training. That you can say that concurrent type of training.
Yes, sir.
So even the sprinters, they need some sort of endurance. They need some sort of strength. They need all other qualities, but speed may be the dominant.
Speed may be dominant one.
The dominant, but they need all other qualities. So really,
surely
you did well, and you have a lot of experience, I think so. You present a nice really wonderful. And this is the time for the open discussion, and participants can raise any questions, but within the, what you can say, from his research point of view. Hello.
Hari?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hari?
Madam, please.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yes, congratulations. Very
Thank
happy
you.
that you have taken athlete. And your explanation and your answer, everything is excellent. Congratulations, guide. You have allowed him to go for athletics. And congratulations, Hari. And my question is, so many trainings are available to improve the performance level. Why you have went for particularly Aqua?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for that wonderful question. Let me tell you. Actually, the thing is that if we go for an aqua training, the main thing is the resistance to the water, what will do to our body. There is three major things. That is that there will be three things. Which one was the one is that the frontal resistance, and the second one is the eddy resistance, and the third one is the viscous resistance. These three things will affect our body. In the frontal resistance, we will get a resistance from the water to our body, which will allow the body to go for the resistance on the entire range of motion. So if we are doing an activity in squat, or even if it is if we are going for a bicep curl, if we are going for a bicep curl, if we do it in the air, there will be a range, there will be a resistance which will be set on the land-based workout, where only yield a particular weight what we are lifting. When we go the same thing over the water, it will affect plus, that means the weight of the body, the weight of the resistance, plus the frontal resistance, what it acquires, and plus the viscous effect. That means viscous resistance means the resistance which is made when the water gets cooler. That means most of the workouts were given on the morning session or evening session. So that time the water will be more, water will be cooler. And if it is cooler, more viscosity will be there in the water. If viscosity is getting higher, then the resistance will also be higher. So there will be a weight of resistance on his hand, and if he pulls, there is a frontal resistance which is going through on the body, and there will be a eddy resistance which will pull from various angles. That means eddy resistance means the second type of resistance, which will resist from all the part of the body. That means from the body, from all the part of the equipment, there it gives a resistance. And the third one is the viscous resistance, which will come when the water is so viscous. That means if we compare with the water and oil, if we pull the hand from the oil, it will take thicker and we need much resistance. The same thing will happen when we go for a hot water and cold water. If we pull through the cold water, the viscosity will be higher, and if we pull it like that, there will be more resistance. So much more resistance will be given with the aqua rather than the land-based. That's why I had selected this one. Thank you very much for your valuable question.
Very good.
Very good, very good. Given a good.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
I ask one question.
Yeah.
Justify the reason for using analysis of covariance statistics.
Actually, the thing
Haris?
is that
Haris?
Yes.
You say what's the reason for using the analysis of covariance statistics technique?
Okay, thank you very much.
Actually,
here the variables we are having two independent variables we are having, and we are also having that means 9 dependent variables. We had to go for each and every variable should be analyzed. With this thing, we can also sorry. I just put on mute. Sorry. Actually, I had selected 2 independent variables and also 9 dependent variables with 2 categories, in which one category is motor fitness and another one is physiological variables. And here, each of the categories should be compared with the that means our independent variable. If we go for the independent variable only, we will get the F ratio, and if we got the F ratio, we can find out which one will prefer more for the training, a particular one. If we need to know that speed must be improved from which one will yield more power, or which one will get more for speed. For identifying such kind of thing, we need to go for the Steffi's post, and that's why I had also used data analysis covariance. Thank you, ma'am.
Whether you equated the group, whether the groups are equated or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not equated, I think.
Hello?
Their pretest mean values of the 3 groups are different.
I can't hear you, sir, clearly. Hello?
No. Whether the pretest means of all 3 groups remains the same or not.
There might be a slight change.
Yeah. See, if it is the case, the groups are not equated.
Okay.
The purpose of using analysis of covariance statistics is in order to equate, since the groups are not equated, to nullify the initial mean difference between the 3 groups. The purpose of using analysis of covariance is to nullify the initial mean differences.
Mean differences.
The pretest means differences. Actually, before giving training, you have to equate the group. If not, you have to go for the analysis of covariance so that you can nullify the initial mean difference between the 3 groups.
Thank you very much.
That's the reason for applying the analysis of covariance. Anything, please? Any other question? Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon all. I am Dr. Bright. So it's
Dr. Bright.
Yeah, it's very pleasure to be here. I can see Dr. Vice Blessed Singh and the scholar of Dr. Manigandan. It's an excellent study. It's a different study you have selected. The scholar, my best wishes and appreciation to the scholar and the guide, especially my best wishes to the external examiner, Dr. Vice Blessed Singh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. Okay. So, Haris?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Any other question, please?
I request the audience if you have any kind of clarification.
So,
sir, you can proceed, sir.
Okay. So let us conclude. So I have to say something regarding the selection of topic. So really, I appreciate the scholar as well as the guide for selecting something different topic. Normally, we used to perform regular resistance and as well as aerobic training, but they selected the aqua aerobic as well as the aqua resistance training because previously the athletes are allowed to undergo the water. Previously, they used to allow to undergo the sprints, parachute running or harness running or sled towing. These are the resisted type of sprint training used to improve their sprinting ability. But nowadays, during the last 2-3 decades, the coaches, they are using the water-based resistance training as resistance because exercising in water providing gives some sort of different physical sensation than exercising on land. It has something different. So the one more fact that I have to mention here is gravitational force have a significant impact on your body system when we are exercising on the dry land. So gravitational force play a vital role. But the effect of gravitational force on the body are minimized when we are working in water. So you can get this based on the previous finding. It is suggested that there are about 12% of more resistance in water than the land level. So as a result, water-based exercise may be an excellent type of cross-training for both athlete as well as the fitness enthusiasts. So overall, the topic, we can say that the selection of topic is the current trends in the area of sports training. Really, the sprinters, definitely they have to undergo these kind of water-based aerobic as well as the endurance aerobic as well as resistance. Okay. So to conclude, I have to say that when I go through the entire thesis, I have found that the research scholar made a good attempt to provide adequate information and justification for conducting this research work. Even though I have to say that if you are adding one more group, instead of isolated aqua aerobic and aqua strength training, if you are adding one more combined group, the study will be better. I think so. So this suggestion in future, the research scholar can include one more combined group as independent group, so that it will be of more effective. Because nowadays the coaches, they are suggested that instead of performing the isolated training, better to go for the concurrent, complex or cross type of training for the better improvement of performance. So I appreciate the scholar. He has presented sufficient amount of existing literature which is relevant to his research work. All the literature, when I go through the entire thesis, I have found that all the literature presented in this are recently published, and also they are directly related to the topic he has chosen. And in the third, the methodology aspect, also the procedure followed in the selection of subject variable, even the training load, presentation of the training program, as well as the application of the statistical technique, everything they did well. And even the analysis of the data and the result of the study, he discussed his finding with the previous finding in a systematic manner also. And finally, he drew a valuable conclusion based on his result. I hope that these findings will be of great use for the sprinters. I think so. So based on my overall observation, the thesis entitled "The Effect of Aqua Aerobic Training and Aqua Strength Training on Selected Motor Fitness and Physiological Variables Among College Level Athletes" by K.S. Harris BABU, under the supervision of Dr. S. Manihandan, the supervisor as well as the controller of examination, Tamil Nadu Sports University, is a well-conducted study. I can say that it's a well-conducted study. I appreciate the scholar as well as the guide for their good effort, and based on my report, their entire work is worthy enough to qualify for the PhD degree in physical education. Definitely. So based on the overall presentation of the thesis, I recommended the thesis entitled "Effect of Aqua Aerobic Endurance Training and Aqua Strength Training on Selected Motor Fitness and Physiology Variables on College Level Athletes," submitted by Mr. Haris BABU KS, be accepted for the award of PhD degree in physical education by Tamil Nadu Physical Education Sports University. Once again, I thank the university authorities, especially the Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and the Controller of Examination, as well as the research supervisor, for having given me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable feedback and elaborate and detailed thesis.
Really, it is a different approach.
It shows that you have gone through thesis each and every page, sir.
Yeah, very well. And another one point I have to mention here is the scholar, he has explain in detail. He has sufficient amount of knowledge in this topic he has chosen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, at the time of introduction, I forgot to say some information regarding Mr. Haris Babu. He has cleared 4 times UGC net examination.
Wow, very good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, at the time of introduction, I forgot to say many information regarding yourself and Haris Babu. So, we wholeheartedly thank you, sir, for your valuable presence.
Definitely, Haris Babu will be the role model for the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he did well and he presented nicely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Maniandan, sir. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir, sir.
And
Now,
thank you all the
now I request the Haris Babu to propose vote of thanks. Over to Haris Babu.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Uma ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Am I on screen? Okay. Today, my duty is to thank vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank our external examiner. And
It's a little louder. Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank our external examiner, Associate Professor, Annamalai University, Dr. Viscous Resistance, sir, for giving me such a wonderful advice and also given me the entire thesis have knowledge stream. He had gone through it and he had given all the information regarding the things and what all are the pitfalls and what all I should have to do, and later on what all will be the studies I have to carry on. Each and everything he had told me about. And it is a wonderful experience with him. And thank you very much for your valuable advice. Thank you very much, sir. And also, I would like to thank Vice Chancellor and Registrar and also Controller of Examination. He also my guide and my supervisor and head of the department, Dr. S. Manikandan. And also our research coordinator. Now it is Doraisamy sir, and former it was Ramesh sir. And I also thank both of them, and also my our university librarian, Dr. S. Ashok Kumar sir, and my subject experts, Dr. S. Selvalakshmi and Doraisamy. They both had done cleared me many of the things, and also she had advised me, and she also advised me many things regarding the title, and even if it is is there a problem with the hypothesis or all, they had to clear me everything regarding, and all the specific things regarding the thesis were given and advised by them. And I thank them also for in this period. And also my internal exam member in this study, Dr. S. Thirumalai Kumar sir, Professor, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University. I thank you very much, sir, for being here. And faculty members like Dr. Lily Pushma ma'am, Dr. Kumaravel sir, Dr. K. Rajesh, Dr. Jay Kumar sir, Dr. Lakshman sir, and Dr. Vel Kumar sir, and guest faculties of Dr. Jay Chandran and also Dr. Kokilam, and all the associate, that means PhD scholars. And once I had also, I need to thank Dr. K. Kannadasan sir, who was an associate professor, had also helped me in many of the stages in the study. And now it comes to my college, where first of all, I would like to thank Mr. S.J. Sabu and Dr. Anil Kumar, who were my current and former principals of my college. They had given me the permission for doing the study, and also they had assisted me, and also they had given all the advices regarding the thing, that means my study. And I thank them from my heart. And next, Dr. Mithun Ananda, he was one of the person who had helped me and who had guided me in the basic stages, and also who had given me many tips regarding the things, and also he had helped me for the statistics and everything else. Being a classmate, being a colleague, being a roommate, he had done everything, and he had given his heart and soul for the study. As a friend, I thank from my heart, deep from my heart, thank you very much for Dr. Mithun Anand and all my colleagues in Government College of Physical Education, and the coaches, international coaches like Pindo J. Rabello and Samji KR and also Nishant Kumar. And also I would like to thank Dr. Pramod KG and all the scholars and students of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University. And now I would like to thank all my trainees and my students who had participated and given me the support and given me the space to do this study in their with the help of them, and all my and also I would like to thank them deeply from my heart, and also from all my parents, all my family members, persons joined in this PhD Viva, who were being invited by me, and also who had came with the love for me, and all of them who had been present here. I thank you each and everyone deeply from my heart and from institution. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much.
Well done, Haris Babu. Well done.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Anandan, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So I thank all the participants for your valuable participation. So I would like to congratulate Haris Babu. Haris Babu, congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, Haris Babu.
Thank you, sir.
Will
Thank
be called as Dr. Haris Babu.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Oh, madam. Madam, wind up, madam.
Yes.